The Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by J. Mullins Jewelry, a family-owned and operated business treating clients like family since 1938. Jewelry design, repair, and a wide selection of great jewelry pieces online at mullinsjewelry.com. I'm Danny Brewer. We're back now. I'm feeling finer than a batch of fresh fried chicken because we got Stewarts Creek head football coach Ben Caudill here this morning. Coach, how are we?
Doing well. Good to be with you.
Yeah, well, you know, Coach, I'm sure that have your feet touched the ground yet? Stewarts Creek beat Smyrna, ends the Smyrna win streak last night. Have your feet touched the ground yet?
You know, I don't think they have. It was a very special night, and you know, I know a lot of people want to talk about, you know, this team when it comes to, you know, last night's game, but you know, this is for all the players and staff members with Coach Martin, you know, that I wasn't fortunate enough to be with, and Coach Brown, you know, and obviously all the players and staff members that I've been blessed to lead since 2020. You know, I've just I've had so many people reach out to me, and even some numbers I don't even have, that just understand the significance of what that meant last night for our school, our community, and our program. And you know, I'm really proud of everybody that's been a part of this.
Coach, you know, the thing that was most impressive to me last night was your defense. I mean, the defensive effort was just outstanding. You completely controlled the game, dominated the line of scrimmage. I'm going to say this, and I don't know the exact stats, but first half, I know you had more tackles for loss than they had first downs. I know you did, because I think there was 8 tackles for loss in the first half. I don't know how many there was in the second half, because I couldn't take my shoes off because it was too cold. I couldn't count that high. But talk a little bit about the defensive scheme going into last night's game.
Yeah, well, we knew we had to play well on that side of the ball, because Smyrna has just had a lot of momentum these last 3 weeks, coming off really an offensive explosion at East Nashville, and you know, scouting them was really difficult. Danny, you know, they had 10 of their 11 starters, you know, on the offensive side of the ball were seniors, and all 5 offensive linemen, 2 of their offensive linemen are sons of coaches on their staff, and so you know, they were really hitting their stride, and you know, senior quarterback, all those things, and you know, the effort of our defense on that side of the ball really keeping us in the game. You know, especially throughout the first 3 quarters. I can't say enough about, you know, our front, Bryson Hayes, Julian Albright, Jonathan Waller, you know, Keelan Harris and Marcel Gordon, I thought just, you know, played as good as they could possibly play. You know, Keelan Harris is, you know, he's a young man who didn't even play his sophomore year. He put his head on my shoulder with some things going on in his life, you know, before his sophomore year. And, you know, I'm sorry to get a little choked up, but just, you know, seeing the look in his eye last night after the game, he had, I think, 4 or 5 sacks, and you know, it was really special, you know, and seeing some of these guys come along in our program, you know, I was really proud of the defensive effort last night, and it was definitely one for the ages.
Well, you know, Coach, I think it's okay to get choked up, because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. It's a training ground for life, and that's one of the things that I think that has set you apart a little bit from maybe, and not to throw rocks at anybody, but you're grooming kids, and that's what's most important about all this stuff is to see the fruition of all this stuff and it come together with such a fantastic effort. I mean, like you said, Harris, I think the stats I have here, 10 tackles, 6 for loss, 4 sacks, and a fumble recovery. I mean, that's like a career night,
yeah.
You know, in one game. Fantastic effort for him. Bryson Hayes, I think he was in the backfield more than the Smyrna fullback was.
Yeah, I tell you, you know, once again, you know, Smyrna's got a great scheme, very well coached in all 3 phases. And, you know, I just felt like last night our defense really set the tone. And I thought kind of the turning point was when we were finally able to score there in the 3rd quarter. and we came off the edge and had a big sack, you could kind of feel their body language change a little bit. And that's an adjustment, honestly, we felt like we had to make after playing them last year to certain sets. And so, I can't say enough about, just the job we did on that side. And really offensively, we just had to keep chugging, and keep plugging. And I thought we were able to win the field position battle in a game like last night. Honestly, Danny, I thought I cost us in the second quarter going forward on fourth down. I tried to call timeout because I wanted to call something else, but with the way our defense was playing, I honestly should have just punted it and played field position. But I was trying to get the momentum there. Last night was why you play the game. It's why we work hard, and it was a really special night for all of our coaches and all of our staff, all of our players, and I'm so proud of them.
So we'll talk a little bit about that, and I don't think you should beat yourself up over that, but that's the only time that Smyrna, I think, crossed the 50-yard line. I think
they didn't fake.
Well, at the end of the game they did.
Yeah.
At the end of the game they did.
Yeah,
right.
And then before half, they kind of did a shift on their punt and extended the drive, and and missed a field goal there right before half. Once again, I want to give a lot of credit to Smyrna and the job they've done this year. I think this is you got to throw the records out. I mean, they've played several of the top teams in all of 6A in the entire state, and we've tried to schedule games in mind as well to get us ready for opportunities like last night. And I think Coach Williams and his staff are doing a phenomenal job this year, and they're going to be a handful for Antioch and the rest of their opponents as they enter the playoffs. And more than anything, I'm just proud of the resolve that our guys had and not listening to all the noise. And there's been a special spirit about this team to stay focused and stay disciplined and keep their poise and turn off the noise, so to speak. And there was just a special piece that I had all week, in our preparation. And it says a lot about the leaders in our locker room and the staff, the job they've done. Billy Coleman, our defensive coordinator, what a job he's done this season. He used to be at Smyrna High School for several years. And so, that this game meant a lot to him. And it means a lot to all our guys. The opportunities that just got away from us last year, losing by 1 in 2019, we snapped it over our punter's head twice, held them to 153 yards in that game, and, had to go for it on fourth down in 2021 because our kicker got ejected, so all those things and make last night special, and it makes it even more special being able to do it at home.
Well, I think that, I know Coach Coleman, and I think that the toughness that he exudes was definitely present last night on both sides of the ball, because I know there was one play, and I think it was Jeremy Smith, who had an outstanding game, by the way, got hit so hard it knocked his mouthpiece out. But the kid got up, and he was right in there the very next play. Yeah. I mean, so that's toughness, and I think that really was exuded last night.
Yeah, and that's we did stuff really all season long in preparation for some of our region games, and these are the ones that matter. The 5 other ones you play really are you try to learn things that give you the chance to extend your season. And Jeremy Smith, Kai Mangrum, Jalen Barnes, really Caleb Floyd hardly had any carries last year, and I think so many people thought hey, maybe Stewarts Creek can be down with all the talent they lost from last season. And I'm just telling you, this is a blue-collar group. We have incredible leadership. They do what we ask them to do, and they're a yes sir, no sir bunch. They're unselfish, and Jeremy's stepped up his senior year, and you should see the job that guys like him and Keelan Harris did last night on special teams. Making Smyrna start. One of them was about the 14-yard line, a tackle Keelan had, and I thought that was, maybe his most impressive play of the night. And so, this senior group's really special, and but the challenge for us now is, and I told them this is not the finish line. This is a big moment, and it's one that I want everybody to enjoy. But this is not the finish line, and when we got 2 big region games left, obviously another rival opponent, this coming week in Laverne. And so we've got to enjoy this, and our whole community, everybody, we should. But, there's a lot more football to be played.
Well, Coach, that's my very next point. Thank you for that transition, because it's not the end of the season. One game does not a season make. Obviously, this sets you up to win the region and host playoff games and all that stuff. But you do have 2 weeks left to play.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm proud of our team and that they've put ourselves in a position, to play in games that matter this time of year. And when the weather gets cold and the nicks and bruises are adding up and all the things that come with that, you want to play in games that matter. And we've got 2 big region games left. It's going to be senior night against Laverne for us this coming Friday night. And I'm so excited to honor this group. It's a very special one, and it's one that means a lot to me. It's one that goes out of their way to see my boys after games and, everything that comes with that. And so, once again, going to be a fun week honoring them. And, we're going to have to turn the page and make sure we stay focused, this next coming week and as we finish off with another region opponent next week.
Okay, so last thing we're going to do here is talk about the cold water therapy at the end of the game. Did you have any idea that this was going to happen, or did they sneak up on you when they doused you? Because it was a little chilly last night. Did you have any idea, or did you get set up, or tell me what happened there?
Yeah, so, Todd Harris, our AD, which, I've served with him in a fellow math teacher role. He was our head freshman coach, and then he became our AD. Now he's an assistant principal, and and he's going to be leading the school here soon. He's just that type of guy, and he kind of pulled me aside as time was winding down and going over just some obvious things, that we always do after home games. And so, out of respect to him, I was listening, and he just kept going, and I had no clue. And so anyways, then Keelan and Julian got me, and so I might have to find them after practice Monday. But it was a special moment, and being able to get a big hug from Dr. Harrell, and just once again, I've gotten voicemails from Stewarts Creek alums that that are so excited. I don't even have their number saved, and just so many messages and so many people have reached out that have believed in me and that have believed in what we've been trying to do. And I got this job at 30 years old, and I said I'm gonna make long-term decisions. I'm gonna be a caretaker and a steward of this program, and I'm gonna try to be faithful with what's been entrusted to me. And we're in year 4 of our youth league. It's had explosive growth. We've been able to fund a field and a new scoreboard and several other things at such a young age with no alumni support at all financially, and I feel like our best days are ahead, and last night is certainly a big step in that process as a program against such a tradition-rich and well-coached opponent in Smyrna. So once again, very proud of our team. It's a shame that all the recognition kind of comes with me with an ice bath and stuff like that. But our staff, I'm just telling you, this is for them. This is for all the coaches that have been so close over the years. And, very proud of our staff, very proud of our team. And once again, a lot of football to be played, but last night's one we're going to enjoy, and we'll get back to work on Monday.
Coach, huge congrats from me also. Fantastic job. You, the staff, the whole team, represented the Creek absolutely in a fantastic manner. I'm going to tell you right now, a big reason the Creek is rising is Coach Ben Caudill. We appreciate your time, Coach. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Danny.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by the law offices of John Day. They've helped thousands of people get the legal help they need when they've needed it the most. If you've been injured, call the law offices of John Day.
Hello, this is Coy Young at Last Cast